Now on the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line, 1-877-794-1973.
Wait a minute, these guys are cool, but not that cool.
No BS is presented by Screamin' Sicilian Premium Craft Frozen Pizza. Find it in your local grocer's freezer and taste what all the screaming is about. Now, Billy and Armin on the game.
And it's a high fly ball to left field. Happ underneath it, in front of the wall. This ball's gone! Andrew Vaughn ties the game with one swing. Payoff pitch. Strike three. Happ tied up. Runner takes off from first. It's grounded right back to Mizorowski. And he'll jog all the way to the bag.
Middle finger on your left hand.
Contreras with a drive to left field. And the Brewers have the lead. A no-doubt shot from William Contreras. Swanson rung up. Mizorowski tying it in a knot. Chourio with a drive. Center field. Way back there. And gone! A three-run shot from Jackson Chourio. And the Brewers lead 7-3. Baseball. Suzuki with a fly ball to right. Shallow. Frelick. And a run out of room perhaps. He makes the catch against the railing. Chopper, first base side. Tough play for Vaughn. He'll flip to the covering Koenig. And they get the out. Bang, bang play. And Koenig, 8 straight retired by Milwaukee pitching. First pitch swinging for Nico Hoerner. That's a fly out to right. And it's time to get up and stretch. And we head to the 9th. Got him. Devastating slider from Uribe. PCA down on strikes. Got him! Uribe strikes out the side in the 9th. And the Brewers have a stranglehold in this series.
A stranglehold, but as one man once said, job's not finished. Brewers go up 2-0 in the best of 5 National League Division Series. I'm Billy Schmid. That is Armin Sarian masterfully mixing a Tuesday montage just for kicks and just to kick down the folks from the North Side. Always a fun one to be able to celebrate. Nick Bruzewitz is here as well, wearing a splendid version of red instead of the blue from yesterday. And our friend Andrew Ludwig joins the program here for a couple of hours as we roll with you until noon, until we carry the G at noon with our friend Aaron Nagler. G, a little bit lighter off a bye week, but it's always easy to celebrate the MB glove logo. Armin Sarian's got the personalized Brew Crew jersey on here today. He stood up in the desk and said, "Let's go! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about!" Hard to go to sleep after a 7-3 beatdown of the Cubs. You beat the brakes off your rival in 2 home games to start out a best of 5 series. We wondered how good this would feel. We wondered how good it must feel to be Blue Jays fans. Just handing it to the big boys from the division that spend the most money, that generally get the best opportunity to win, that generally get the most conversation and headlines, and then just beat them up for 2 games at home. Again, job's not finished. Got to go win 1 at the neighborhood dump coming up tomorrow afternoon. But Armin Sarian, as somebody that didn't even want to fathom what this series would be, didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to see it, didn't want to have it happen, are you glad it's happening in front of your eyes right now here in the National League Divisional Series?
Well, pretty hard to say otherwise, Billy. Glad it's happening the way it's happening. And it's funny, you would say to yourself, boy, this 2 games couldn't have gone any better. But technically they haven't, right? Because you're down deficit in both games. But that's part of the story for these Milwaukee Brewers, the way they bounced up right back off the mat both ways and then taking a stranglehold on each game, right? That whole undaunted mentality that, the response from adversity, it's after those opening home runs in game 1 and game 2, it's gone about as well as you can and pretty much ask for. And, it hasn't been totally perfect, obviously, Billy, but it's been perfect to me because it's 2-0, and that's exactly what you want. And you're right, Billy, job's not finished. Obviously, the toughest one to get in any series is the clinching game, and the Brewers have to go do that now. But, boy, you really couldn't have asked for much of a better party at American Family Field than you got, obviously, in game 1 and last night in game 2. It was absolute baseball euphoria in Milwaukee.
Outside of the first inning and the first 4 hitters, it couldn't have gone much better for the Brewers. And according to a script, I heard the boys on the morning show going back and forth about it. And felt like there was either some miscommunication or one just not wanting to understand what the other was trying to get after. But like the plan for the Brewers was to get Jacob Misiorowski in the game in the third inning.
And you called that yesterday. Yeah.
It felt like that was the goal. That was their plan. They wanted to get Miz into the game. The only thing that went off script, in my opinion, obviously you don't script a 3-run shot against you.
Right.
Like, sure, that the game does get played in front of you. However, I thought the second inning was actually more of the wrench into the plan, where you had to go get Mears to fireman you out of a situation, pour some extinguisher on the gas and the flame, so to speak, that 2 on, and Ashby was unable to get out of the inning because of some very interesting calls behind home plate by Mike Estabrook.
Come on, Mike.
I don't know. My man Mike Estabrook was hanging out at Estabrook Park in that beautiful beer garden watching some softball during the day.
That's a great spot.
Great beer garden. Phenomenal spot. Maybe that's where Estabrook was hanging out, but my man was all over the plate. He was seeing double and calling nothing along the line. So I don't know exactly where the strike zone ended up for Estabrook, but it was questionable both sides all night. That second inning, you saw it even more. That was the part that I felt like was really off the script of what Murph was hoping for. And as we all anticipated, it's the most important starter outside of Freddie Peralta, Armin, in their eyes, was game 3. And maybe this has more to do with the availability or the lack thereof of Jose Quintana. Maybe it has something to do more with the fact that they want to give Quinn Priester the opportunity to close out against his childhood team at Wrigley Field, one where he's pitched there a couple of times. But it was also, they pitched 3 rookies last night, one of which closed it out and struck out the side. The other went 3 innings of damn near perfect baseball that you could see outside of a couple of walks and 1 hit. 4 Ks in an electric moment in a spot that was up for grabs in the middle of the game. That couldn't have gone much better for the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday. When you write out a game plan of it, and we just don't get to see it. Christian Yelich said, it's not like Craig Counsell's coming out here with exotic blitz packages. That was a little bit of an exotic blitz package that the Brewers threw out there with a litany of power arms against the Cubs yesterday. And now setting up for tomorrow, Armin, inside of 48 hours, you get the off day, you get your bullpen rested again, and now you get one of your best starting pitchers, one that you win when he's on the mound with a chance to go and close it out in game 3. That could not have gone better for the script for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Just set up perfectly. And I think what makes the Brewers so tough and what's made them tough all year is how relentless they can be offensively. There aren't that many holes in this lineup when you really start looking at it. And obviously the pitching staff. I mean, you go out there and you basically, if you're Craig Counsell, you get what you want. I mean, in theory, you threw a wrench into the Aaron Ashby plan. Okay, we made your strategy backfire. We get a quick 3-0 lead. We're right back in the series. But then the Brewers come back and tied that thing up, changed momentum right back around with Andrew Vaughn, who's been incredible, adding to the legend that he has had all year, adding to that storyline. And that was as important as anything. So it's a true team effort in that sense. He gets the homer, he ties it back up, he changes momentum right back around, and then you're faced with this daunting task when you're the Cubs saying, okay, now we have to figure out this pitching staff the Brewers are going to throw at us. So I think that's all part of the story, because the Ashby plan, didn't really work, but the Brewers were able to, come right back from it and overcome it, and then
it didn't work
continue to dominate the
twofold.
game.
You don't want him to be giving up any runs, but also you wanted to get him through the 2 innings. I think the most important thing for them to get to Mizorowski was getting him a clean inning, getting him a clean runway to start, be able to have a little bit of margin for error, and make it as similar to coming out in a starting role as possible, but also to get 30 to 50 pitches, like Pat Murphy said, was phenomenal. But let's also say this. It's phenomenal to get 3 big swings. Now, it was 3 solo shots that were the haircuts at the Brewers' lead in game 1 that the Cubs were able to have. They hit their first 3-run homer in franchise history to the Brewers, apparently with the Andrew Vaughn home run. I couldn't believe that stat when they were saying it on TBS last night. Now, again, there were certain things that they were saying on the TBS broadcast that were flat out wrong.
They messed a couple things up.
Like when they said Jacob Mizorowski started the All-Star game after 7 appearances, 5 appearances, and then didn't start the All-Star game. But
Close
hey, man,
enough.
Ron Darling was trying. Nick, Ron Darling was trying on both sides. I don't know if he was worse than Mike Estabrook last night, but it was a wild scene at American Family Field. And to be able to get that kind of 2 wins at home, that's the obvious is that, the job that you're supposed to do is take care of home field. But the thought on the other side of the series doesn't start until somebody wins a road game. It's a difficult place to be licking your wounds. However, for a team that was one of the better offenses in all of baseball, you can't think the Cubs are ready to pack anything in, even though the marquee network was going towards trying to say that the Brewers were stealing signs as one of the ways to cope with that 7-3 loss last night.
Like I said in the past, in this before game 1, when they had the shadows versus the sun and that was sent our way. And, as a Cubs fan, I can tell you definitively that that's BS. I mean, this is no BS, but that is BS. I mean, they're trying to energize a fan base. I can get it, but it is certainly fake news there. Yeah. And no doubt about it, Billy, when you consider what the Cubs have done in the playoffs, they've now gone 13 consecutive playoff games, scoring 3 or fewer runs. And it's like 18 of 19 overall. And it's just egregious how poorly they've played in the playoffs. And if they're not going to pitch at the highest level, there's no way to beat this Brewers group. And right now, it doesn't seem like there's a path forward. It starts tomorrow. There's an opportunity, but I'm not going to BS and say, the Cubs are going to win this series. And I never did. But the reality is they have ripped the soul from the Chicago Cubs. That's the reality. They have ripped it from them, and it's going to be hard to find it again before a game 3.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of finishing, right? And that's going to be the toughest thing for the Brewers. Change of venue will change things. It is Wrigley Field. In 2011, the Brewers were up 2-0 and had to go to a game 5. Those things can happen, so you have to remain vigilant. But you're right, Nick. It does seem that way a little bit, like they've taken the emotional starch out of the Cubs. And it's a team you watch more than I do, but it does. You do get that sense a little bit when you see PCA throwing his helmet in the dugout. I get anybody would be frustrated. Awesome. It was great. I mean, anybody would be frustrated in that situation, but you see.
He threw his helmet, he threw his bat.
The bat, all that stuff.
He then tried to hit the bat in midair after he threw it against the wall, which would have been a good one to be able to do. That's a tough scene. That would have been a tough one to be able to pull off.
And I think you make the point, right, that it's got to be the bats to bail out the Cubs, and we're kind of waiting to see that coming, and it just hasn't come yet.
I'm not waiting for it.
Well, not me, but like Cubs fans would be waiting for it. Yeah.
I was in attendance on Saturday. I heard 2 people from the Cubs front office around. So that was a 1:08 first pitch, 12:20. They're waiting for the elevator to go back up to the press box level. They said they were convinced, and these people work for the Cubs. They were convinced that was on purpose with the shadows with the roof.
Absolutely.
They thought it wasn't just Marquee Sports Network, people within that organization who traveled.
Even if it was intentional. Honest to God, even if it was intentional, that's your prerogative in Milwaukee to play your game and do what you need to do.
Nick, what I'm saying is that they've been up here multiple times and they can't even realize it. And then they were literally bitching in the hallway in front of me.
What people do.
In front of me, a media member. So they truly thought that.
Well, and the thing is, though, like that's also on the same side, though, of the Brewers firmly believing that the Cubs wanted and moved that doubleheader later into the year on the 5-game and 4-day.
Well, that's a little bit more believable.
Well, but when they could have played it the day before, and the Brewers clearly were upset about it and made it a point to let everybody know that they felt like they could have played that game on June 19th. So the good pettiness back and forth. This is what sports is supposed to be about.
That's true.
This is why you want to have these moments. And again, job is not finished. But just next time everybody traffics in the running away from their nightmares theory. Just know that this is kind of what Wisconsin does to Illinois in the postseason.
Yeah, we have been.
2010. Does anybody remember how that game
remember
went?
how that thing
21-14.
Anybody remember the fact that the Bucks are 4-2 against the Bulls in playoff series, and the only time in my recent memory that the Bulls won, the Bucks kind of won because they put Mike Dunleavy into the second row.
We
Sure, you lost by 40, but you still gave it to him there, and now you got a chance to go and beat them in the divisional series.
Such a memory.
After beating them in that house and coming back from 5.5 down in September to win the division in 2018.
That's a great point. I think that's what frustrates them so much is they feel superiority over this town. They feel like we should be better. We should be able to beat you, and we don't understand why this little hayseed town is beating us all the time. And that's what makes it feel good. And you're right, Billy. That pettiness is fun. And this was a true test of the Eeyore mentality, these two games. This was a true test of the run from your nightmares when you give up early leads and early home runs. Because right away, there's that aspect of you that wants to go through that dark door and say, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be disaster. Instead of like, hang on, just stay vigilant, stay excited, stay focused, and stay positive. And this thing can turn around, and it turned around both games.
The
quickly.
Positive part is maybe the most important.
Definitely.
In a fan base and Wisconsin sports fans, I think we like to sometimes, I think you've said fetishize
it. We do.
Losses.
Do what?
We fetishize
Correct.
it.
You heard that right. Yeah, no pause. You heard that one.
It sounds weird, but I'm trying to describe. I think sometimes it happens. The sports heartbreak in the playoffs has happened to us so much. We almost, like, that's the word I use. We almost fetishize it. We almost say, man, this is us. This is what we always do. It's some sort of Stockholm syndrome in a way. And that's sort of what we have been. Does
that make sense? No.
Stockholm and fetish? No, I don't.
Fetishize it.
A Stockholm fetish?
It's not like
somebody's.
It's not like
the place in Sweden? Sorry, Armin.
877-794-1973.
I don't know a better word for it.
A ton of phenomenal response on the NicolaLaw.com talking text line. And Dan in West Bend hits us up with a good thing that Nick has a Brewers jersey that he can switch to after Wednesday night. Does have a blue Brewers Nick 32 Brewers jersey that was delivered.
When? I do not have it. No one has given it to me.
We have it here. You were supposed to give it to him one of the days that he was here.
Was I? I didn't know about that.
Okay, it's been in the locker room for 3 months, waiting for you to be able to have. Been here multiple times, haven't grabbed it. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll be able to grab it Wednesday night after the Brewers go out and knock that team out of the postseason. 877-794-1973. Many people saying again, this is coming from the same organization that had the sunniest rain out in history.
It did.
Craig Counsell one time said, "I think I got a sunburn yesterday." During the rainout in Wrigley Field. So there is pettiness between both clubs. A postseason series only amplifies it. And damn, is it fun to be on this side of it so far. Brewers up 2-0 after a 7-3 victory against the Cubs last night. A star is born, and maybe the biggest star the franchise has ever had. We got to talk about Jackson Chourio and what the possibility is for this young man. And who do you think William Contreras was calling?
I love that. That was fantastic.
Contreras calling 877-794-1973. You'll hear from Wild Bill as well as Pat Murphy after the Brewers were victorious last night again in one of, I heard on Tim Allen's postgame last night, people say that was the best sports environment they had ever been in. 877-794-1973 if you can elaborate for us on that. Two guys that wish that they were there instead had to battle through, which was not the best bedtime environment I've ever been in last night.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Bedtime last night was not fun.
No,
was
Danny,
not
I don't
easy.
want to go to bed yet. Brewers are playing.
I know go bed.
No,
I'm
Carson.
champion. But yes, you can have the championship shirt on, but we do need to close the eyes. We need to take a time out. We need to know how good of a time it was for you last night. 877-794-1973. Nick Brusewitz is there, taking the arrows, and he's going to be bruising back with Bruiser's Bites coming up at the top of the 11 o'clock hour. We'll carry the G at noon with Aaron Nagler, Andrew Ludwig producing the program today. I like this feel. This is good. Here we go.
Let's go, baby.
Luddy, don't let anybody know that you're working more.
Okay.
Because you're working a hell of a lot. And you know what? It's a good time to be alive, and it's a great time to be clocked in, ready to go, talking about the Milwaukee Brewers. Up 2-0 on the Cubs. It's no BS on the game.
It's me, the M, the A-C, the K. Sounded like a French pimp from back in the day.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now. TheGameandStuff.com. TheGameandStuff.com.
Drew and KB here. Join us at 2 o'clock. Our Beers on the Table guest will be one of our favorites. The voice of the Packers, Wayne Larrivee, is going to hang out with us.
We're going to review the Brewers game, talk to Bill Schroeder from FanDuel Sports Wisconsin, and it's buying or selling with Urchel Real Estate.
Join us at 2, Drew and KB.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At Rehab Lab Wisconsin, I get the kind of treatment pros depend on. Even if you don't wear a jersey, you get the same level of care. Hey, it's Brian Butch. Dr. Sam and the team treat every client like an athlete, whether you're a weekend runner, a coach, or just tired of nagging pain. Their hands-on, science-backed approach keeps me performing at my peak, and it'll get you moving better too. This is elite-level rehab made accessible and effective for everyone. Go where the pros go. Life is an athletic event, and it's time for you to get back in the game. Book your appointment with Rehab Lab Wisconsin today.
Broadcasting worldwide from the Iron Jock Studios. Iron Jock is the official advanced performance gear and apparel worn by the guys on the game. Iron Jock with the most permanent odor protection ever, with fast drying and wicking, anti-static 4-way stretch, cooling, water repellency, and stain blocking. It's performance gear at its best. Learn more at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com. Iron Jock. It's what's inside.
Does your home need new garage doors? At Geis, we partner with CHI Overhead Doors and offer a contemporary collection of high-quality garage doors in a variety of selections to fit your style and budget. A new garage door can improve energy efficiency, reduce noise, and improve curb appeal. Call or visit us in Brookfield to get a quote for your new CHI Overhead Door garage doors and installation.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
For beautiful CHI Overhead Doors for your home.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
All right, smart, good-looking listeners, KB here. Fall in Wisconsin means more than just beautiful colors. It means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures are right around the corner. And if your house is drafty, you're going to be miserable. So it might just be time for new windows from Tilton Window Stores and more. Javier and his crew have kept winter out of Milwaukee homes for years. But they're not only experts in windows, they offer the industry's most advanced solid core siding that will withstand anything Wisconsin winter throws at you. Now, you might be thinking, it's too late to get it done this year, but you know what? You'd be wrong. There's plenty of time left to get on the installation schedule. Just go to utilton.com and click the big orange button. They'll get back to you, and before you know it, you'll be snuggling into a warm and toasty house for that long winter nap. Miss Sue and I put our windows in a few years ago, and I can assure you, winters are a lot more tolerable when you don't have a breeze blowing through the house. Just 4 steps. Go to utilton.com, click the orange button, get on the schedule, stay warm this winter. Remember, that's the letter U, Tilton.com.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Live from the all-new Iron Jock Studios, built by Rima Remodel. This is No BS with Billy and Saria.
I've waited for this. I'm so excited.
On The Game.
Churio with a drive. Center field. Way back there. And gone! A 3-run shot from Jackson Churio. And the Brewers lead 7-3.
Give me a lesson down the road that I must travel.
The man is now 9 of 17 in his career in the postseason and one off the franchise record for playoff home runs in a career. He's 21 years old, and his name is Jackson Churio. Brewers win 7-3 last night. That was a 3-run blast from Churio. And after the game, Craig Counsell, manager of the Chicago Cubs, former Florida Marlins shortstop, said, man, you're just not going to win playoff games where you give up 2 3-run homers. You're just not going to win playoff games giving up 2 3-run homers. That's a way of looking at it. That's a way of thinking about the game when it's in the middle of the 5th inning. And it also is a way of coping with the game when the opponent brings not 1, not 2, but 3 rookies in relief and retire the last 15 in order to close out game 2 and go up 7-3. I mean, like, that is the part of the game that Jackson Churio, and we're going to discuss it because Armin, he right now is not only like walking down the yellow brick road to being the greatest Brewer potentially of all time, but like it appears to be a blue and yellow checkered path. Like, I mean, it is as beautiful laid out in front of him as he possibly could be, because right now he's one of the most dangerous players in the league. Last year going into the postseason, and when he lived up to it with a pair of blasts in the wild card round a year ago, he was one of the most dangerous hitters in the league.
Yeah.
Everybody nationally will look at him and say, because of what he's now done again in the last 2 games, right now he's one of the most dangerous guys with a bat in his hand. And we talked about it yesterday. The coyness as to how the Brewers were approaching and discussing the Churio injury when Pat Murphy says, we're going to shut him down.
It's devastating.
It wasn't going to be shut down for good. It was going to be shut down for a day. And then let's figure out if tomorrow he can get out here and run anymore. Because when he is able to legitimately move, he needs to be on the field. Because that dude is one of the biggest weapons in the sport right now. And 9 of 17 in the playoffs for a 21-year-old. Those numbers are not even MLB The Show like.
That's a great example, Billy. And never had I put so much hope and faith into the accuracy of translators that I did the last 48 hours. I was like,
that's a fair point.
I love because
Google Translate and the translator that was up at the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you talk to Murph, it sounded like his leg was falling off. When you talk to Jackson, he's like, no, I'm fine. No big deal. And then he had a short video. I don't know if you saw this. He had a short video with Sophia before the game, and Sophia put the translation up, and he goes, I'm feeling good. We're going to go ready to win, and we're going to go playing ready to win. And I'm like, boy, this is a great attitude. I like seeing it. He had the Power of Friendship shirt on. Saw a little bit of the batting practice that he gave on MLB Network, and I'm like, all right. I don't want to say never my wildest dreams that I think he'd hit one out of the park like that, a 3-run homer. We're just sitting there hoping he can play, maybe DH. We get the word he's going to play left field. Well, that's a good sign. Next thing you know, he's making great catches and obviously has a legendary moment. You brought something up important, Billy, talking about could he be the greatest, on the path to greatest, only 21 years old. He's done everything you want him to do from an early age so far to do it. You know, he signed the deal. He's done everything. He's had 2 great regular seasons. His natural talent's always been evident, right? The athleticism, the bat speed, the ability to make contact with the baseball. But we're learning something very important about him, Billy, and we started learning it last year, was that he rises to big moments and playoff moments. And you can be a great player in the regular season and you can be fine in the postseason. But there are certain guys that just seem to be special come postseason. And when you can add that to the great ability you have throughout the season, obviously day in and day out, because man, you remember the home run he had last year against the Mets. You remember what he's doing this year. And the fact that he was hobbled doing it just kind of takes you to that extra level of transcendence, that legendary status that you say to yourself, boy, this kid doing this at 21, it absolutely could. Those are lofty standards, best brewer ever, but why not?
Yeah.
But why not? He's started that race with the correct first 10 meters or however you want to look at it, to be that guy.
I mean, just like Ryan Braun did when he first came up, and you look at the first 2 years of his career, and obviously in 2011, that's a totally different beast, winning an MVP and then everything that transpired after. But like, he was the addition to an already pretty damn well made soup. And that last spice that takes it to another level, different than your chili, but like it would be one that would just elevate it to a different realm, where their team was pretty damn good with Prince Fielder, Ricky Weeks, JJ Hardy, Corey Hart, that whole crew that they had. And then one player brings it over the top. When Chourio is being nurtured at the big league level a year ago, this is a part of it, because the talent was too good to deny. Hopefully you got one or potentially two more that are in that same situation coming up later into the farm system right now. But he's a transcendent talent. And when you see players, Nick, when you see players raise their level of performance in the biggest moments, a lot of times that's the separator. And we do this in a lot of sports, but whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's hockey, there are great players. And then there's really, really great players that don't live up to the moment. Then there's guys that are really, really good players that elevate in the moment. And right now, again, it's the shortest of sample sizes, 5 playoff games into his career, but it appears Jackson Chourio might just be one of those guys.
Well, and I can only speak to the team that I pay the most attention to. So blow me off, listeners, if you don't want to listen to what I'm about to say. But like, Chris Bryant was that guy for the Cubs.
Great
the Cubs
example.
were on the verge. He comes up. He wins an MVP. He's a great player. His career is not going to be the career that Jackson Chourio has. I'm not making any predictions about Jackson's future. But the reality was the Cubs were a team on the precipice. They had a young stud who make a huge difference with a veteran roster, a little different, obviously, in Milwaukee, a younger group, but guys that have been there to the postseason, whether it's Yelich or some of these other guys who have been around for a handful of seasons. Like, this is a guy that you get on your roster and you feel like you're set for 5 to 10 years. Like Acuna, when he ended up in Atlanta. I mean, these are guys, Juan Soto, when he was in Washington before they make the move. Like, that you have the young stud, and it's about building them around him. And the thing, Billy, you make a great point. I mean, Miz might be that guy in the rotation, and you might have Made and Pena coming up in the future. Like, you might have a series of studs to build a young nucleus. And this is a team that truly, I think, can continue to compete. I've said it over and over again. Like, this is not a one-year thing. And when you're attempting to rationalize it, the Brewers were to fall short this season in the past. I'm not saying they will now. You'd say, well, what will their future look like? Maybe the same exact thing. Another quote unquote bite at the apple. This year, they're off to an outstanding start in the postseason. Jackson Chourio's ridiculous. And the Cubs don't have that guy on their side. I think that many tried to wrap their arms around Pete and say, Pete's that guy. He's not that guy, pal. He's not.
He's not
and
that
so
guy.
Where do they find that guy? If they have that guy, we don't know. The reality is that the Brewers might have 2, maybe 3 of those guys on their team right now.
The Marcus Jordan was rude that I saw on social media last night. Funny, but rude.
Yeah, you know what's tough about that playing center is like it's not that far of a difference between center and so I can reasonably understand
the batter side that it ends up banking off of.
I can understand reasonably based on the angle why you think you might have a chance if you don't know where the wall is and stuff. But there were some bad memes for PCA last.
There were some bad still shots. It was almost as bad as like still shots with Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun as he's throwing the football. But look at 4 guys wide open. Like, come on, you're gonna miss that. It's not even close.
Right. And there's something to be said about not like quitting on a play, right? Playing it out. But like the reality is, I mean, it's a piss missile 40 feet above his head.
Yeah.
And a little different than a wall scraper. It's a tough look. I saw someone say he looked like Woody after they got done playing with him in Toy Story. He was just limp.
I think that
at
was
the base of the wall.
Yeah, it was the imagery of him crumpled up in the corner of the wall. Yeah. I think you got to give that type of effort though. If you think, And it is.
It was a dejected Woody. That's what it was.
No kidding. Andy doesn't want me anymore.
Well, I mean,
Buzz just left.
Buzz just left. Just walks out and leaves. 877-794-1973. 262 said, hate to break it to you, Billy, but Uribe isn't a rookie. Well, he's appeared in parts of 2 seasons. However, contractually, this is his first year of service time.
That's how they come up with that, right?
So this is where you go into like how this team is going to be structured going forward. He's not a free agent until 2031. So a rookie contract gives you 6 years of club control. They have 6 years of club control there. They have 6, potentially 5, depending on how the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year balloting goes with Jacob Mizorowski and the Super 2 deal. They'll have 5 years potentially of club control there. And obviously the contract already signed to Churio, the core doesn't change. So as much as I saw a lot of people, and I was one of them, edge of the seat, consternation was high yesterday when Jacob Mizorowski goes into the 3rd inning.
I think there's no doubt about that.
I don't know if there was anybody that playoff baseball already has your Apple Watch or, your whatever piece on your left wrist telling you what your heart rate is, that, hey, it's at a dangerous level. Maybe you should take a chill pill. Maybe take a drink of water, take a lap, calm down. Playoff baseball will already have you in the red. Jacob Mizorowski, my watch was asking me, saying, man, you all right? You okay? We need a cool towel or something?
Absolutely.
Those 3 innings were a white knuckle ride.
Sweaters.
But that's the most important part of this is the most important part is winning. Most important part is winning the game and advancing. But 1A and 1B and how the organization is going to have to continually develop, as Nick said, the bites at the apple. People don't like that theory. People don't like that statement. You needed to get postseason experience for these guys. You needed to get opportunities to pitch in these type of environments, in these types of moments. Yeah, Abner Uribe has been a part of the club for each last 2 years, but can't be on the club when you're in the tub. And he was out for the back half of last year in the playoffs. And then after he makes his debut in 23, you're not going to roll with him there for the little bits that you saw. So these are the experiences, the opportunities, and the situations you need to be put in for the next level of development. And the Brewers did that last night while getting a dominating victory over one of their biggest rivals.
And you have to compliment the organization on their boldness with that, because a lot of people,
that's fair. A lot of people wouldn't like it.
Would not have supported that, would not have been comfortable with it, just because of the struggles that Miz had near the end of the season and the struggles he had with big innings. And I'll admit, Billy, that was where my nervousness came from. I said to myself, if this works out, this is great, because you get Miz believing in himself again, that the weapon he is, you start to weaponize him in a positive way. Wow, that could change the whole outlook for the playoffs. But if this goes bad, you're talking about a team that took a 1-0 lead in the series, had a nice lead, was about to go up 2-0, and then because of putting in Mizorowski, if he blows up and has a big inning, that could change the whole momentum. And then you could sit there and question, was this the right risk to take? But it worked out, Billy. And guys, the most important thing was now you have a guy that believes in himself again, Mizorowski, I think, in those big moments. And the organization's boldness to know if we want to go to the places that we want to go to, we have to make sure he's a part of it and a positive part of it, a positive force for this team. So I was wondering pregame, you said it, Billy, and there was some more that questioned maybe Mizorowski could get a look. I really questioned if that was the chance they were going to take, but you were right. And I'm kind of glad now that it worked out the way it did, obviously, because now you say to yourself, all right, we got Miz. He's back. He's fired up.
And think about what it would have looked like without Andrew Vaughn's 3-run home run, right? I mean, the plan was to go to Miz down 3-0. I mean, talk about pressure for a dude making his postseason debut and who hadn't necessarily pitched well for a series of weeks. I mean, Vaughn calms all the nerves, makes it a 0-0 game again, essentially. And Miz gets to pitch a clean slate. I mean, he struggled when he came in with the bases loaded against the Reds late in the season. Let's be fair. Most people struggle when they come in and inherit the bases loaded. But the reality was, had he been down 3-0, I think it's a different level of pressure. I think it's a different level of, requirement from him and what he feels he needs to deliver for the team. And maybe that takes him over the edge and he gets more erratic with his pitches. I think pitching at 104, emptying the tank, knowing that he's not starting, he's not pitching deep into the game, there's huge value in that. And also there is value in his inconsistent nature around the strike zone, because you're always on edge, because you don't know when the hell to take the bat off your shoulder, because it might be 8 inches out. It might be right down the middle. It might be anywhere in between. And he was great. He was great. And I was the guy I feel kind of validated in the sense I said, you got to give him a look in this series. You got maybe start him. I was wrong on that. They didn't start him, but they did pitch him, and he pitched really well.
Yeah, and Nick, I also wonder if the performance by the Yankees rookie was also, or the Yankees and Red Sox rookie, Schlittler, was a part of it as well. My man struck out, 12 Red Sox?
12.
Like, I mean, he was just dominant. And same deal, was like, I'm going to put it out on the table and let you see if you can hit it. 8 straight fastballs to start out the appearance last night by Miz. And when he throws the curve, you're like, yeah, did you mean to do that? And then he goes right back to the four-seamer and said, I'm going to let you see what this is and then see if you can adapt. And to Nick's point, like you have to almost be waiting and hoping for a ball. It was similar to how the Cubs got on him and got to him in that first inning of his start against them earlier in the year, where they were camping, waiting, saying, I'm going to make you throw 3 strikes before you throw 4 balls. And then when he throws the disgusting slider that almost dropped Dansby Swanson to his knees, you could see him look over like, brother, you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to be able to go 103 consistently and then drop that thing right on me. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
On the postseason so far in rookies, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know the pronunciation on this, but Trey Yesavage, the guy they started for the Blue Jays as a rookie in his 5th start or whatever in his career, he goes 5 1/3, 11 strikeouts, a postseason record for the Blue. These are young arms stepping up in huge moments in the postseason so far this year, outdoing veteran guys on the other side. I mean, he outpitched Max Fried. I mean,
big time.
Wow.
Yes. And that was their kind of ace in the bag. I don't know that there's an ace in the hole for the Chicago Cubs to try to deploy coming up on Wednesday, but you'll see them bust out anything they have. And the Brewers are going to be able to unleash Quinn Priester, who had won 19 consecutive games in which he had pitched. The Brewers had won. So they win when he pitches. They'll feel phenomenal about him going on Wednesday. And I wonder how much of it had to do with their actual understanding of what Jose Quintana's dealing with, what they might be able to expect from Quintana. We don't know what game 4 will look like. Hopefully you don't have to see a game 4. 877-794-1973. We see so many great responses on the talking text line, like this one from Jeff. Bought my son a Miz jersey for his birthday at the game last night. He picked Miz because he said he had a feeling about the game, even though we didn't know he was going to pitch.
Yeah, I love that. That's the gut you need. I mean, he wasn't worried about Miz's,
what a memory.
2.5 whip in the last 14 days. He wasn't worried about
I don't think he was looking at the whip numbers.
He was saying to himself, I got a feeling that Miz is going to arrive tonight and show up big, and he did.
He said, Dad, I've been calculating his F WAR, and it's way too low. I think I should go with a Joey Ortiz. Big at-bats by Joey Ortiz last night.
Yeah, my man did it. My man
a big at-bat late by one Blake Perkins. Thank you very much, Potawatomi Sportsbook, and a parlay of the day. More on that coming up in the second hour of the program, 877-794-1973. It's No BS reacting after maybe the best Brewers win in franchise history. Still a couple more to get. 9 more to be exact, and we're talking about it here on The Game.
KB here. Who doesn't love pizza? I mean, I do. I like to visit my favorite pizza places, but sometimes my craving hits and I don't have time to go out and eat. So I go to my freezer, pull out a Pep's Draft House pizza, because Pep's Draft House pizza isn't one of those just toss a pizza in the oven pizzas. It's made right here in Wisconsin with tons of toppings and real Wisconsin cheese. No one is crushing one of these. Don't believe me? Try one today and make your house a Draft House with Pep's Pizza.
Hey, what's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. If you get injured, it's Nicolay time.
It's Brian Butch for Window Nation. October is here, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, that's a big deal. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast.
And then there was that speed race coming out of Platteville. The Walter Payton, who was kind of a race car driver himself, at least at one point in his career, he used to win that race down the interstate all the way back to Chicago. and the state police would kind of just monitor it. They wouldn't ticket it.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. Listen to other episodes available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Big savings are happening right now at Russ Darrow. Hi, it's Zabe here for the Russ Darrow Automotive Group. They're making room for brand new 2026 models, which means huge sales on every 2025 in stock. Whether you're shopping for a stylish Kia, a rugged Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, or sporty Mazda, dependable Nissan, trusted Honda, versatile Mitsubishi, or the legend Toyota, we've got incredible deals waiting for you. With thousands of vehicles available, now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up, and drive home in the new car, truck, van, or SUV you've been dreaming about. But hurry, when the 2025s are gone, they're gone for good. Shop the entire inventory and lock in your savings today at russdarrow.com. Big savings are happening right now at Russ Darrow. Discover the Darrow difference today.
Brother man, you ever get the Sunday scaries?
Sunday scaries?
Yeah, you stay up half the night on Sunday because you're worried about the upcoming week.
I used to, but not anymore. Not now that I found Happy Place Hemp Delta 8 gummies. I take one about an hour before bedtime and I sleep like a baby. But I'm not the only one. One smart, good-looking listener texted us and said they started taking the gummies for their anxiety. Now they're more relaxed. They get a good night's sleep. No more tossing and turning.
And now listeners can go to happyplacehemp.com, use the promo code DrewKB, and get 25% off their order. Can't beat that with a stick.
Happyplacehemp.com, promo code DrewKB.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Still some showers this morning, but clearing out this afternoon with ample sunshine. High today near 66. Should be in the 40s under clear skies tonight for the metro areas, but upper 30s for the inland areas and some patchy frost to our northwest. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by LubeTech, your local mobile lubricants distributor in Wisconsin. You need a partner you can count on. LubeTech delivers top-tier fluids for heavy-duty automotive and manufacturing applications. Backed by mobile technology, they help you drive performance every day. Get 20% off your first order at lubetech.com or call them today to get started.
In the car.
In the car. In my car every time, all the time.
97.3 The Game.
Hey, you tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again.
Perfectly said, Andrew Ludwig on the ones and twos here today. It's no BS on the game. I loved meeting the Cub fan friends. I hope I never see them again. I hope we don't see any Cub fans for the remainder of the 2025. I hope they don't come back on Saturday because I hope that this series is donezo. Nick, we always want to see you. We don't even get serious. We don't. No, we can't be losing.
I have a lot of Cub fan friends.
Come on, no.
So I don't want to.
Yeah, and a
see
wife.
them.
I'm sorry, Armin.
And family. I mean, Armin, you might be the black sheep.
I want to see them now, though. Like I want to see all my Cub fan
Thanksgiving's
friends.
gonna rule.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, this is the time to dump out.
I want to see them.
Also,
Sorry, I missed that.
An electrifying song.
I know.
Out of all the songs that might be blasting on the Brewers bus and the train going down to Wrigley Field tomorrow, I don't know if you guys heard about this deal that the Milwaukee Brewers have going on. Train time for the Brewer Express going down to Wrigley Field. It'll make its normal stops before hitting up Union Station, but they're going to have the 414 crew there. think I have a DJ on site as well, cranking some tunes for folks, being able to embrace the magic and celebrate the ride down to Wrigley Field to try to sweep the thing out in 3 games. Going to be an awesome time. Can't wait. And I do hope that Brewers fans make it a little bit of AmFam South coming up on Wednesday, because out of the secondary ticket market, this is now becoming one of the more affordable ones that you can get, because there are some offloading for a 4:08 first pitch on the north side of Chicago coming up for tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think this is a great time to go down and kind of shift the percentage of fans, right? Because you're feeling good. You're liking what you're seeing right now.
Just like Brewers fans did for game 163.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well
Right?
said, Billy.
Like, I mean, 163 was as much a 50-50 split, I think, as it's ever been before.
I remember hearing pregame listening on Sports Talk Radio that it was close to a 50-50 split. I was like, not a chance. And it was, man. Brewers fans showed up, and that was the thing. The Cubs had zero momentum going into those playoffs. They had kind of tailed off, whereas the Brewers won whatever it was in September.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just went on a tear and ultimately won us burgers after the divisional round and sweeping the Colorado Rockies. Hopefully it's a sweep of the divisional round once again here for the Milwaukee Brewers. Caleb Durbin, Chicago guy, Lake Forest's own, and also friend of show.
Yes.
Last night caught up with the assembled media and our friend Dave Gasper. And shout out Dave. I don't know if people know, Dave Gasper is tall.
He's lanky too.
Lanky.
He's not just tall. He's lanky.
He's a little slender, but he's putting on some weight. My man's been working out in the gym.
He's mentioned
and
that.
He was able to, he will let you know.
He's
but
loaded
Dave
up.
I'm glad Dave was working on those shoulder shrugs, because he was able to get this camera dialed in and the audio of Caleb Durbin postgame talking about the electricity that Jacob Mizorowski was.
I think he hit 104, was sitting 103 for an at-bat. I think he's the hardest he's thrown all year. So that was a ton of fun. He was dialed in today, and whenever he's dialed in, it's a lot of fun to play behind.
First off, if you have not seen the video, The Game MKE on Twitter.
You got to check it out.
Or 97.3 The Game on social media. The Game Madison as well. You can find the video. I believe it's also there. Like, it is wild, the aerial shot. But also, the aerial shots of Wrigley Field will be pretty damn good for Caleb Durbin, a North Sider born and raised, one that's hit 2 bombs at Wrigley Field. He's expecting a wild atmosphere on Wednesday.
Pitch by pitch, we know it's going to be electric there. Really looking forward to it, and we expect it to be pretty hostile, and obviously hoping to come away with a clinch in Wrigley.
I just love that. The amount of this is a hidden part of coming up on Wednesday. Quinn Priester, Chicago kid. Caleb Durbin, Chicago kid. There's a number of them on this Brewers team that's going to be pretty damn sweet if that's going to be the scene for a clinch on game 3.
Oh yeah.
Am I talking too much of it into existence? You're giving me a lot of looks over here on the other side of the table, like talking big stuff for a series that's not over.
No, I'm not saying that. I want to manifest positive things, but I don't expect to roll in there and have it be easy as pie. Now, if it is, I'd be very happy about it. But you're right. I was just also trying to think if there are any Chicagoland guys on the roster besides those 2 guys. But you're right, Billy. That could be big for those 2. It could be big for them, and the energy of like, okay, my hometown, they're watching us. I think about that with Jaden Reed as well when he's a Packer playing, growing up in Naperville.
Growing up in Naperville.
So that's an absolute factor of this.
715 Yelly 4 for 8 with a walk in the series. Look for him to finish off the Cubs with a tater on Wednesday. You need your best players to perform their best. That's one point about Christian Yelich that in years past, it would be a legitimate criticism to say he has not performed his absolute best in the playoffs. Now, granted, he's been hurt for a majority of the time that he's been able to be there. But that solo shot that he hits in game 7 is one of, I think, his 2 hits in the series.
That's true. He didn't have a great series. Yeah.
Great postseason. He's making up for it so far, and it also helps when you have maybe the most dangerous guy in the order in Jackson Churio on there as well. Dan and Elkhorn said, I'll take the credit for the Brewers postseason success this year because
Thank you, Dan.
I didn't buy any division championship gear for the first time since 2018. Holding off of the World Series, it's our turn. It's supposed to be my turn. You know who's saying that? Nick Bruzewitz, because it's his turn on the other side to deliver some bruising bites, some powerful punishment coming from our guy, Nick Bruzewitz, hanging out with us here, courtesy of Wisconsin Concrete Coatings. We're inside the beautiful Iron Jock Studios. He's Armin Sarian. I'm Billy Schmid. We're catching the Brewers fever. Andrew Ludwig has had a fever all day long. He is just dominating the board. We appreciate everybody, all the contributions. It's all hands on deck. It's playoff time, and hour 2 and No BS is next.
Come catch the fever with Brewers.
win is for every. This is what it sounds like to win $1,000 in bonus bucks.
I just won $1,000. Oh my God, thank you.
Get ready for it to happen to you.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Every weekday.
Awesome.
Bonus Bucks. Listen weekdays for the keyword, then enter it on the website, thegameandstuff.com.
Grab the contest rules for 97.3 The Game at thegamemke.com.
Hey guys, Billy Schmidt with my friends in Milwaukee Weight Loss. It's one of the best decisions I ever made almost 2 years ago, signing up for Milwaukee Weight Loss. They've helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections with the risk of serious side effects, no bars or shakes, no prepackaged meals, and no exercising even required. Their doctor-developed program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast with real lasting results. The caring team at Milwaukee Weight Loss is there with you every step of the way to help you achieve your weight loss goals. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com today and schedule your free consultation. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, and the program helps you reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. Schedule your free consultation today by calling them at 262-433-4008. That's 262-433-4008. Or visit them online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. And when you sign up, make sure you tell them that you heard about it on the game and that Billy Schmidt sent you. Results may vary.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Are you 55 or older? McMillan Sports Center has your Thursdays covered. Enjoy all-day access to rifle, pistol, and 3D archery ranges. Not sighting in? No problem. Take a round of sporting clays for just $10. Save more with every visit when you download the free McMillan app in the Google Play or Apple App Store. McMillan Sports Center is open Wednesday through Sunday 9 to 4 and always open to the public. Senior Thursdays, your perfect day outdoors. Only at McMillan.
Broadcasting live from the top of the ratings.
How's the air up there?
This is WRNW Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game. Number one for sports and stuff.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast.
What is this, year 4, man?
Do you believe that? They've asked us back for year 4.
Well, no one's more surprised than you or I, but we're Chris Upset of the Year. I know you're in shock right now that we're back for a 4th year.
The Larrabee and LePage podcast is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. Listen to other episodes available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Straight Talk presents The Math of More. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
0 payments, 0 interest for 18 months. First Choice Heating makes new HVAC affordable. No credit hassles, no minimums on select equipment. Call First Choice now. Your comfort can't wait. First Choice Heating and Cooling.
We call it Wagertainment.
All right, place your bets, place your bets.
VSiN, every night at 6. Presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest on Fox Sports 920. Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
There is no BS with Screamin' Sicilian Premium Crab Frozen Pizza. Find it in your local grocer's freezer and taste what all the screaming is about.
There's a girl at the hole in the wall where it plays. Don't take her eyes off the stage. She loves this southern drawl from north of Atlanta.
No BS on the game. Billy and Sarian hit into hour number 2. Brewers hit 3 homers last night, win at 7-3 in game 2 over the Cubbies. Go for the series sweep on Wednesday and what could be a very, very special day. Ryan in a car hits us up on the NicolaLaw.com talking text line. The tears of Cubs fans down the dial, just so you guys know, by the way, is absolutely delicious. I do appreciate a good hate listen.
Oh yeah,
And,
absolutely. I love K fan when the Vikings lose.
I was dialed in down south a little bit this morning and thoroughly enjoying it. As I believe the caption on the screen that I watched was "Are the Cubs cooked?" I was like, "Well done, well done." I don't even think this is medium rare at this moment. You're very, very close to finishing the job and putting them to bed. Justin in Kansasville said Terang will have something to say about the outcome on Wednesday. And somebody that had a lot to say about the outcome this week, Andrew Vaughn. Man, I don't know that you can say enough about a Brewapalooza edition for the Milwaukee Brewers. Not sure we're getting enough credit. Not to make it all about 97.3 The Game, but Brewapalooza, Andrew Vaughn acquired while we're at the Barrel Yard that day.
Yeah.
You and I are looking at each other saying he's going to have a big moment for the Brewers. I didn't realize there was going to be 1, 2, 3, 20-something big moments. And he becomes
30-something, actually.
Yeah, and he becomes one of the biggest reasons that they're a threat to win it all here in October.
You know what's amazing is I thought the Brewers at that point were still rolling pretty good. And it's like, okay, we have Reese, but we could use another guy at first baseman. What kind of reasonable contribution you could have expected? It was like, you know what? We didn't give up much. He's a, he's a former, high pick, first round pick, all these things.
Man.
Third overall, obviously.
Golden Spikes
so
winner.
you hope for some things. A guy that has hit some home runs in the past, obviously had a pretty good home run floor with the White Sox, even in the years he struggled. But man, you just could not expect all the moments and all the production he's given you this year. It's been truly incredible. It's just one of those things that you say, well, maybe it's meant to come together. Maybe it's meant to be like that.
It's at a position that's kind of been a black hole for a very long time for this team in terms of consistency.
Revolving door for sure.
Like, what was the stretch? 7 straight seasons, 8 straight seasons with a different opening day first baseman. I mean, not only is this guy productive, but he's young and he's controllable. I mean, it's a win. I do have a bite from him in our upcoming Bruisers bites here, but home run after home run, this team has hit from a personnel standpoint, and then literally home run after home run last night in their win. Andrew Vaughn's a dog, dude, and I think that you might have found your first baseman in Milwaukee moving forward.
He also just like the different side-by-side memes that you can get of the Andrew Vaughn thumbs up smiling into the camera. It's just so good. Like I just continually see grade school janitor like walking down the aisle with the tucked in t-shirt and the keys just dangling all over the place. You walk out of class without a hall pass and you're like, I'm going back to class. And he just looks at you and goes, I knew you were, kid. I knew you were.
Yeah, or dad from like a pharmaceutical commercial where they're like, picking flowers. And I don't know why. That's another one that comes to mind for me.
Where they're all setting up for a lunch and nobody else there and the nice hug in there.
Maybe going to a farmer's market and just playing catch. Yeah, it was Gamble. It was Overbay, Adam Lynn, Chris Carter, Eric Thames, all those guys. I mean, that list.
G-Man Choi was an opening day starter over at first base.
Justin Smoke. Remember, if you remember Justin Smoke, they tried Keston Hiura, they tried Braun.
Travis Shaw. I mean, like there was a number of different guys that got opportunities in there in that run of time. And Vaughn, with having club control and the power that he provides, I thought Pat Murphy was on it yesterday that they just allow you to be yourself as long as you contribute to winning. And that's a big part of it as well. Chris in Green Bay, before we get to Bruisers Bites, I was asking, who do you guys think William Contreras was calling? He said Brewers fans.
Ooh, I like that.
With a very, very good laugh. Chris in Green Bay might have knocked it out of the park. You think when Contreras hit that home run last night, he was calling Joe Horn? Remember, Joe Horn was the one that grabbed the cell phone out of the goalpost.
The goalpost.
Let me see that thing real quick.
Yeah.
Man, John Mara would have lost his mind.
Oh, he would have lost his mind. And I think that was the heyday of the flip phone, which was great because it added a little extra visual to the action.
Joe Horn also have the was he also Sharpie in the goalpost?
That was T.O.
That was T.O. Okay.
Right? Wasn't it? That was
T.O. on Monday Night Football.
Sharpie, the popcorn,
guys
all
used
those
to have
things.
a lot more fun. I mean, nowadays you can't even like stare at a guy after you get a first down.
Can't do it.
You better watch out.
Foul.
You better
Right.
watch out. Stop showing people up because we know what people want to see. We know what people want to see. What people want to hear is Bruisers Bites. They're delivered by Nick Bruzowitz right now on the program, courtesy of our friends at Wisconsin Concrete Coatings.
Time now for Bruisers Bites.
Bruisers Bites are brought to you by Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, wiconcretecoatings.com. They'll do your garage floor. They'll do your garage cabinetry, and they'll help you out in your basement to make sure that any future flood damage is lesser, maybe even non-existent to your belongings down under the stairs, under the furnace. I don't know where you put your stuff in a house. Honestly, I haven't owned a house myself personally. I grew up in a house, but I've had an apartment for years. They'll help you out, wiconcretecoatings.com. And additionally, as I highlighted yesterday, I'll keep pushing this as the Brewers keep pushing through the postseason. They can put any design on that floor. You want a Brewers World Series logo once they win this thing? If they do so, boom, smack dab forever immortalized on your garage floor. So check them out, wiconcretecoatings.com. We'll start with Andrew Vaughn because that's where we just were in our conversation. This is what he had to say about his mindset this season since becoming a Brewer.
Yeah, beginning of the year definitely wasn't how I wanted it to be. Definitely a really tough part of my career, but getting traded almost was like an opportunity. Going to Nashville, trying to work my butt off, eventually getting the call and, trying to take advantage of my opportunity. It's a really hard game. So just trying to go out there, be the best version of myself and be like a little kid out there and have fun.
Well, he's having a lot of fun. And Brewers have been having a lot of fun since he joined their team. And this is a loaded question, and maybe you can reach right for the stars and say one guy. But if you're talking about a midseason addition for this group and the value he's brought, when was the last time they had a guy like this?
Man, I can't even fathom it. Like, I guess Moustakas.
Well, that was a great pickup, Moose. I mean,
but he was so
talk
much
about
more
CeCe.
heralded. It was at the deadline. But
the Brewers have made those type of moves.
CeCe's next level, though, to me.
Right, that's what I was saying. Right, I mean, CeCe's the
Right.
guy, but
Yeah.
maybe he's next to him. Maybe Vaughn's the next best.
I'm trying to think of somebody that was unexpected because, again, he goes to AAA, right? Like he wasn't even going to factor in. You had to believe or have some, foresight that there was going to be an injury that opened the door for him to kick down. So, yeah, I'm going to keep racking my brain because there is a good one. There is one in there. Jonathan VR from like somebody that was really
That's not
good for a
bad.
little bit, but
Gerardo
was
Parra.
kinda,
I mean, I don't.
Gerardo Parra's a
Gerardo
good one.
Parra's was
Now, if he
good.
would have been playing Baby Shark when he was at American Family Field,
Yeah.
he would have, loved him a little bit.
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
It's a really good question. Because the Brewers have had some good ones. I just think it's easy to forget them as time goes on.
But I think their big swings have been the good ones. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Greinke,
And
the world.
82, they had Sutton. I mean,
Good pickup.
there's a
That was the
conversation,
waiver.
but he's a Hall of Famer, right? So that's not quite the unheralded. It's actually the absolute opposite of what Billy was trying to make. Who's the unheralded guy?
Well, he was in the
would be-
waiver trade. I missed.
I was
going to
say you'd also be able to speak more of this. Not even though Armin wasn't alive, he knows it like he was.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to. Yeah,
he wasn't at that moment thought to be like the game-changing addition for the team, right?
Well, no, he was a veteran. Now he pitched forever, but he was near the end of his career, and he was a veteran in those moments.
Hadn't
but
been having a great year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was with like the Astros, and he cleared waivers. So I believe there was a waiver trade. So I think he had to clear waivers. I think he was pitching okay. I think he's pitching fine. I don't know. He was not like close to Cy Young years or anything like that.
No.
I think he had been pitching good, but I don't think he was like necessarily blowing the top off things, or he wasn't like at the peak of his career when they got him. So maybe they sold a little bit, or they bought a little bit low on him. But I mean, he's 37. So
yeah,
he was
older
43.
player.
He retired at 43, though.
That's crazy.
Opposite end of the spectrum than Vaughn, certainly in career. A well-established starter in the league. But nonetheless, yesterday, Aaron Ashby drew the start, which I think I know Billy's opinion on Ashby in the postseason, but who knows? He gives up a 3-run home run, but this is what he had to say about his expectation that his guys would pick him up.
This lineup, obviously giving up 3 runs in the first isn't ideal, but I think it just goes to show that this team has no quit. And as frustrated as I was with, how I executed that pitch, I think there's just a confidence in our lineup to that wasn't going to be the end of it, especially there in the first.
Well, I think it's a good thing, valuable, that we don't have a live stream of Tim Allen in that moment, because I don't know how he would have ever been allowed back on the radio. But they do pick him up. And maybe it's because I'm a pessimist and I'm nervous for my group. I felt, damn, they're going to get this thing right back, aren't they? And they did. And I think Brewers fans have said, no, we always feel like we're never out of it. Well, damn, you're never out of it when you get the runs right back the following bottom of the frame.
Yeah, and Nick, it's like getting a shutdown series in football after you score the 3 and out to then get possession immediately just takes some of the life out of the comeback. The shutdown inning right after. Also huge. Remember, it was right there. Yeah. Right? I mean, he strikes out Chourio and Turang, and Shota had a little swag and a smirk on his face too after he strikes out Turang, right? Like his okay,
it sure felt different.
These boys down,
yeah.
And then back-to-back singles, get up, Andrew Vaughn, and then quickly the rest is history, and it's a brand new game. The shutdown inning was so paramount right there, and you see this trend in sports. It's you got to be able to stop the momentum, because if they would have gone into another at bat with the Cubs having a 3-0 lead, I do believe a little bit more of that pessimism would have started to get rolling through the fan base. But maybe I'm wrong, because I wasn't there, and people are saying it was just an absolute madhouse last night.
It was, and it was
madhouse on Miller Park Way.
It's easy to say now when you come back and win, but yeah, absolutely, you got to come back and take momentum, and those were guys in the field doing it. So it was Vaughn doing it, and then getting Mears in there to make sure that could have gone bad. So. And then, William Contreras, stepping up, obviously, with the homer, but providing the energy for this team. He was the first one to single, I believe, to get the rally going for Vaughn's homer. He gave that Roger Dorn clap to the clubhouse, or to the dugout. I'm talking about, if you've seen Major League, that Roger Dorn
just getting
clap.
lumber on the ball. I mean, essentially, they just blooped in a couple of singles. I mean, Yelich was a little bit more notable, but like getting on and getting in with a home run. And I do like this message from Jeff in Fitchburg. I meant to mention it earlier. It's from 45 minutes ago. He said, and an obnoxious Cubs fan yelled right in my ear, pretty quiet in here now after the end of the Cubs' first 3, taking the 3-0 lead. Then Vaughn hits the homer, and I screamed, pretty blank and loud now, huh? To the entire row of fibs. Shocked my teenage boys at how much of a blank hole trash talker those guys turned me into. I think way to represent for the Brewers. I've always stuck my chest out in support of fandom. Fandom is the most beautiful thing in the world. I think you got your group and you pull for them.
You got to.
Love that. Also love being able to teach the youngster how to do it. Yeah. Right? Because that was like my dad when I started layering in F-bombs in the 2007 NFC title game after there was an individual in front of us that had a Packers beanie on the entire game. And when Lawrence Tynes lines up for the game-winning field goal in regulation, takes the Packers beanie off, puts a Giants one on.
Wow.
So my man shanks that kick, and 13-year-old Billy said some words that I had never said before, and delivered them with a lot of vigor and angst. And my dad looked at me like, who are you? So I'm glad that Jeff had his kid be able to look over and be like, that's my dad.
Yeah,
that's my dad. Or they were in horror and they're like, damn, that's my dad. I got to listen a little bit more.
I'm going to lock it up.
Maybe he's not this just all good guy. We'll switch to Pat Murphy and his comments on Jacob Misiorowski. People try to pick on him. I'll say this, and maybe I'm a bad guy for saying it. He's a huge dork, but whatever. Doesn't matter. He gets out of it. He gets 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 Ks. This is what Murph had to say about his young phenom.
We were thinking somewhere between 30 and 50 pitches, and we were thinking that he let us know he was gassed. He's very emotional, and you guys know what he's been through, but he responded, and I think that's a really good sign. one of the keys to the game. There was a lot of them. This game is in a lot of different parts, but I mean, Miz stepped up.
We talked a lot about it, the heart rate, the blood pressure when he's out there, at least at this point in the season, knowing what hasn't necessarily happened, which is execution for a while for him on the mound. How impressed were you guys? Because that's the biggest spot he's pitched in his career, and he delivered. And it wasn't just one frame or two. I mean, he went through the order another time partially, and he got it done.
Well, just the reaction that he gives after getting the first, clearing the first inning, you saw the energy that he has to, an emotion that he has to pitch with, right? Like, I do believe you have to be yourself if you're going to get that top level of performance. But I also think that knowing when to pick your spots and when to need a deep breath. I'm standing up in front of the television last night, Armin, after the 6th straight ball. I'm like, are we not going to go talk to the young man? What are we doing? And nobody going to go calm this kid down. And you could see, I think Contreras delivers a seed to him after the 6th straight ball.
Like, come on now.
And that's the message sent of chill out, walk around the mound. We'll take our 15 seconds and go and attack. And like that part of being able to send messages without a mound visit was really impressive. But that ability to bounce back, I mean, that's what's going to take you from good to great. It's one of the difference makers with the top players at their position. And when Miz gets recognized as an all-star, it wasn't just because he can throw 102. It was because guys in the batter's box look at him and be like, that cat's a little bit different. And you have to prove that in a playoff setting to earn yourself more opportunities. I don't know how many more opportunities in like higher leverage spots he's going to get, but Nick, he is now into the spot where starter gets into trouble. We're going to unleash Nick Mears, get ourselves out of the situation. And then I think Jacob Misiorowski is right there in line to take over a meaty part of the game in the 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Yeah, when we thought it might be Quinn, it was Misiorowski to get that bulk outing, and in a lot of ways, yeah, it was nerve-wracking just because of his recent history. And I don't want to say it always feels like he's on the edge a little bit, but you definitely didn't want that to go one way, and it didn't. It went the other way, which is we're all happy about.
Well, one guy who's not happy is Craig Counsell, and albeit no matter what happens, he seems to have the same tone to his voice. This is what he had to say about the series headed to Wrigley on Wednesday.
It's simple, man. We got to just win pitches. We got to win moments. You got to stay with your process and your routines. It's simple as that. We got our work cut out for us, but it's done by winning one pitch at a time and succeeding one pitch at a time. It's going to be a fun environment. We're looking forward to Wednesday, and our road back to Milwaukee starts on Wednesday afternoon.
How close do you guys think that the Brewers are to breaking the Cubs spirit? I mean, you have to think yesterday and in the opener on Saturday. I mean, you get a first inning home run, you take an early lead. And not only do you lose it in the game, you lose it immediately.
Yeah.
And sleepwalk through the rest of the game. They had one hit in the next 7 frames yesterday after the bullpen fully took over. Like, I do think that this is a season on life support for the Cubs, and the Brewers, maybe a 3-run first inning tomorrow could just break the camel's back and they go on.
Yeah, Nick, there is you can get them into a ready, set Cabo feel. And right. I saw Adam Rittenberg covers college football for ESPN. He also is maybe my favorite follow during Cubs games because my man is the most outlandish Cub fan of all time. Like, he gets so mad. And so that's why he goes, these guys must know that there's good weather on Thursday and have tea times because this is despicable. So, like, you can get into a position where you start thinking about the offseason, making plans, because to Nick's point, that building on Wednesday is going to be angst filled. There's going to be a tight pucker factor from the Cubs fans, hopefully a lot of Brewers fans in there as well. You deliver a couple of early body blows and you might be able to go for an earlier knockout.
Yeah, I hope so. And then time will tell if that's the case, but it sure seems like they have taken all that spirit away last night. I did tweet that there's 2 days left of until the Sunburn Bowl deadline. So this could come out. This could work out great for Cubs.
I saw that. Look at that. They're trying to figure out a way to get on the trip.
It could work out great for the Cubs if they're looking to book a vacation. They could slide right into a Sunburn Bowl deal here. So that would be really good for them. Yeah, pause. And I believe that, listen, maybe the Brewers are at that point. You don't slay the dragon until you slay the dragon. So I think there's still work to be done. But they sure have them wobbling in the 11th round. That's for sure.
Dealing with some technical difficulties, so we'll end here with just a conversation. Luke Fickell mentioned the importance of this week for this group. It's a rivalry week. It's the Heartland Trophy, and you turn the page on what was last week, and you got to show up this week. When you look at this matchup with Iowa on Saturday at home, 6 o'clock kickoff, I think it'd be hard to overstate the importance of this one because this is tangibly possible. It's a rivalry game, and you got the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country on the other side. Like, this one's pretty damn important for this Badgers group.
Nick, I've been asked a number of different times now. A lot of it is the certain people like to get a razz out of knowing doing the post-game show that I do openly hope and cheer for the team to win the game. Like, that is – I don't go into a game wanting the team to lose and do a post-game show because they get boat raced.
So, AKA your normal person.
Sorry about it. That's just how I do the game.
It's just normal.
That it's like, I don't see him win another game all year. And I've pointed to this one even as things got very, very bleak against Maryland of if you're going to be able to keep the locker room together, and that was a mission statement. That had to be right at the top of the list of important things to do. You need to keep this team together, and you need to keep that locker room fighting and rowing in the correct direction. You can see that in a game against Iowa, homecoming, throwback unis, Armin. 6 o'clock. We got the sweet light show going on at Camp Randall.
Come on now.
So, like, you need to be able to show up and show out for this game. And for as many arrows as there are out for the head coach and the regime change, this is one where you see how much they are fighting for the head coach and for the entire program. Like, this is a very, very important game. And Nick, I'm right there with you. I don't think you can overstate how important it is. But I think we got to that point at the Maryland game, and that game was over by halftime. So, like, this needs to be the moment that you come out and put together 4 quarters and go get a damn victory and walk away with the ball.
Yeah, have something for the entire program to kind of build on, to rally around, to have something tangible to hold up and say, we won a big game here. We're going to build on this. We're going to turn this ship around. And it seems like it's winnable. So that's what makes it very important, I think. It seems like it's within reach. It seems like the cookies could be, in the oven, and you can maybe smell them a little bit. And if so, it makes it much more important, in my opinion. That's kind of how I look at it.
No doubt. I mean, it's obvious I wear the W as often as possible. I'm an alumni. I'm a guy who certainly is more optimistic than average with this group season long. You got to win this one. You're not going to beat Oregon, and you're not going to beat Ohio State. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. Nobody is beating these teams. They're the 2 best teams in the country. Yeah. So win this one, please, against Iowa. You know what to expect from that group. They're not that much different than they've been in the past. You kind of know the game plan. Just stop them, please.
That's the thing, Nick. I don't care if you win this game 4-2. Like, I don't care if there are only safeties in this game. However it ends up being, by hell or high water, you got to find a way to get a W. And you got to find a way to make that an uncomfortable atmosphere for the opponent. I do believe if this thing gets out of hand early, it's going to be another very uncomfortable time for the home sideline. So get up, get a lead, and establish a little bit more of the physicality. Again, this is a team that embarrassed you a year ago. So when you are in the locker room, in the weight room, this was the one, Nick, that I believe they were all pointing to and had circled because what was it, 49 points a year ago?
42-10. They've dropped 3 in a row. That's the first time since 02 to 05 that they've dropped more than 3 or more in a row. So you got to get a win. Let's see if they do it. Cheese Bites brought to you by Bruiser's Bites, formerly known as Cheese Bites back in the olden days. Brought to you by Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, wiconcretecoatings.com.
I love it. We love cheese. We love Bruiser Bites. We also love chips and dip. We also like taking calls like Tony in Oak Creek, who's been hanging on through Bruiser's Bites. And Tony, we really appreciate the patience. Sorry for the long delay, but we appreciate you hanging on, wanting to talk some Brewers with Armin Sarian, myself, Billy Schmid, and Brewers fans on No BS. What do you got today?
Good morning, gentlemen. So after watching last night's game, I was thinking, if I had to pick an MVP for the team, I don't know that I could pick one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you could go with Peralta, the easy one, right?
Yep.
But without Vaughn or Priester, I don't know that this team is where it's at. But then you have to, I absolutely look at Churio. You have to look at Turang, McGill, Yelich, Sal. I mean, this team is full. I mean, and let's not forget about Turang. I mean, this team is absolutely phenomenal. Uribe steps up when he needs to. Last night, Miz did what I don't know that we thought he could do.
Yeah.
What he did. He stepped up and he pitched out of I thought, you know what? Look, I thought he was going to get himself into trouble, and he got himself out of trouble. And it was phenomenal. But it is absolutely fantastic to watch this team. And I will be honest, I kind of fell out of love with baseball years ago.
Yeah.
And this year it's kind of fun watching it. And I'm happy for the true Milwaukee fans. I'm happy for Milwaukee, and honest to goodness, I hope Milwaukee wins it for the true Milwaukee fans. And I mean, I was a Brewer fan up until Paul Molitor left.
Sure.
And
wow, so we brought you back in.
True Blue Brew
32
crew
years
back
later.
in the day.
32 years later, we brought you back in, Tony. I like that.
Yeah, and actually, Sal Frelick kind of brought me back in. You know, I like the Italian stallion, but you know,
Armin looks just like him.
Yeah, hasn't been a player in 32 years, but Sal brought him back. I love
now you need Tony. We appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And
No,
don't
that's
let
super cool.
this son of a gun do that. to you.
That's super
Yeah,
cool,
right.
actually. That is super cool.
Because
I'm glad.
I do believe that there are different players that you gravitate to and have emotional connections to.
Absolutely, there absolutely
right?
is.
Now,
yeah.
a lot of times they're like, you know, Giannis. Like they would be maybe like one of the higher level, but Gold Glover in one of his first years as a full-time starter.
There's no question. He's been great.
Just because he doesn't have incredible slug like some people get
But
mad
he turned,
at him for.
he turned that a little bit around this year. So
The competitive nature is one of the reasons why that would be the case.
Absolutely.
And, you know, to Tony's point, I think there were a lot of folks and a lot of people that wanted to like baseball and enjoy baseball. As a younger generation, it got to be an exhausting sport to try and carry water for.
the chore in some ways in that era,
The
or
games got really long.
Didn't
They
have
got
great teams.
really slow. And over the last 5 years, with the change in the pitch clock, obviously the team being good helps, right? Like that's
Right,
not
the
going to be
02
a
Brewers
case of it.
didn't
The
help.
02
Yeah.
Brewers didn't help a whole lot of it. But even the 2014 Brewers, Armin, like while I was in college, it wasn't all that cool to say, hey guys, do you want to go to the Brewers game? We're actually going to go into the game. We're not just going to tailgate and come back.
right.
Like, so that's a part of it. The sport can be more fun because you're launching home runs and you got a lot of young guys that are exciting and celebrating. And William Contreras can embarrass the opponent's manager, do a mimic of him going and calling the bullpen immediately after a home run, and you don't get thrown at. Those are good things.
Yeah.
877-794-1973. It's No BS back after this. We got a parlay of the day at the Potawatomi Sportsbook and some money in the pocket to play with coming up. No BS on the game.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANG. That's BANG. Enter it now. TheGameandStuff.com. TheGameandStuff.com.
Drew and KB here. Join us at 2 o'clock. Our Beers on the Table guest will be one of our favorites. The voice of the Packers, Wayne Larrabee, is going to hang out with us.
We're going to review the Brewers game, talk to Bill Schroeder from FanDuel Sports Wisconsin, and it's buying or selling with Urchel Real Estate.
Join us at 2, Drew and KB.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
I want them gummy squares. I want them gummy squares. I want some sleepy, sleepy with no more anxiety. I need them gummy squares. I need them gummy squares. I need my wife to find her happy place really soon. We have Delta 8 CBD and new Delta 9s. Go to happyplacehemp.com.
Happyplacehemp.com.
25% off with promo code DrewKB. Happyplacehemp.com.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
When Flawless Flooring installs luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, modern laminate, or carpeting, I personally guarantee your satisfaction with every step from shopping through installation. I'm Flawless Flooring's president, Dave Brownsdorf, and I approve this message. Sensory underload, Flawless Flooring, flawlessflooringllc.com.
It's Brian Butch for Window Nation. October is here, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, that's a big deal. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
I'm traveling down the road, my burden with disaster. I got the pedal to the floor, my life is running faster.
No BS on the game. Billy and Sarian with you. Now, sometimes we can be like a squirrel, and our attention span is very, very short.
That
Less than
happens
30
a lot.
minutes away from carrying the G. We're going to talk some Packers football with our friend Aaron Nagler. But, Armin, can I direct your attention to what's going on the television right behind you at this moment, where they have the Pat McAfee show has Liam Cohen, head coach of the 4-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. 4-1 Jaguars. And they just momentarily had a tail of the tape with Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh.
Because they almost got into it.
They almost got into a fist fight after the Jags and 49ers game. I've said it a number of times. I think that program's hilarious. But to be able to witness them ask the head coach of the Jags, hey, this is how you'd stack up in a fight against Robert Saleh, do you think you could have him? Now, I'd love to know Liam Cohen probably backtracking as a former UMass quarterback, I believe, and saying, I'm not trying to fight anybody, right? I got kids. I'm not trying to fight anybody.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that.
However, he had that chest up arm, and it looked like
he
Liam
did.
Cohen was trying to scrap, and Robert Saleh is running way too many stadium stairs for anybody to be trying to pick a fight with that DC.
Yeah, it did seem that way, and he was in the moment a little bit, maybe after that game, trying to bow up, as the kids say, a little bit. But
keep my name out your
mouth. My name out your mouth, which I'm not really sure was in his mouth. Like he was talking about him in that press conference about they've got ways to steal signs, which is totally above board,
totally legal, totally above board.
He made a big point to say it was totally legal. Above
also
board.
Sounded like he said it in like an admiring fashion, like, hey man, good on them. They're finding a great way to be able to circumvent the rules, get ahead, get an advantage. And Liam Cohen's like, what did you just say? And I took that personal, which I appreciate. Again, I want more personal shots being taken and felt. So I hope there's a number of different Cubs players that probably felt that shot by William Contreras yesterday as he looked into the Cubs dugout and then looked right over to his home side and said, better call that bullpen one more time, Craig. That was one of the better celebrations that we've been able to get.
Gift worthy without a doubt. I mean, that was one of the best ones. And I didn't really get the reference at first. I don't know if that's what William intended or not, but I didn't really get the reference.
Well, he said, I was talking to Brewers fans. Now, I think we all totally believe him.
I mean, call. I mean, what's the point to the Brewers fan? What's the meaning behind
the
it?
call is we're up. Right, right. Like back, I don't know if you've ever seen The Wire, Nick, but they say, I need you to put the word out. We're back up. So I think that might have been the situation. Is he's trying to let everybody know we're back on top, and it's
Fresh
always
off
good to
of
be able
his
to.
Players Tribune piece too. I mean, it's elite. You were talking about aura farming to put out that piece about how much he cares and how much he wants to be here, and then do what he's done. He's walking the walk and talking the talk.
No doubt.
There's going to be a lot of Brewers fans spending a lot of Mark Atanasio's money this offseason.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Starting with that guy. Along with Bryce Terang, but I think Bryce Terang might be
Bryce is in the mix.
Slowly pricing himself out of the range.
But they're still going to try and spend it, Billy.
Right, but catcher, you might be able to afford, right? It brings the money down a little bit.
Shorter deal, maybe.
But that's a dude that you might want to be protecting coming up at all costs. 877-794-1973. I like this one where Frank said, I'll take credit for Vaughn. If you remember when they got him, I said you can laugh at me or call me crazy, but Vaughn will make you forget all about Rhys Hoskins.
Well, that's somewhat true. I mean, I don't think we're going to totally forget about Rhys Hoskins.
I mean, they left him off the playoff roster. Yeah. They did as close to forgetting him as you could.
That's sort of true. Although the reality is Rhys Hoskins, he's doing what we hope Rhys Hoskins would do, and Rhys did it for a while. So we appreciate both of their contributions. Not going to totally forget about it, but yeah, I mean, if Andrew Vaughn continues what he's doing, you feel like you've got your guy at first base. At least I would say. The question is, do you think he's going to consistently maintain this performance? I don't know if we caught his best year ever, and that's great, or we caught a guy that just finally found a new home and will fulfill all the potential he's going to fulfill.
That's a big part of it, right? And I mean, like Murph makes the joke about cliffhangers. He said that last night. Like we got a bunch of cliffhangers. Andrew Vaughn's the perfect example of it. He's your 5-hole hitter, and earlier in the year, he was serving a long tour of duty in AAA. And it was going to take an injury for him to be able to get called up. You don't know when that opportunity is going to pass. Pat Murphy looked at him and said, you swing at strikes. Don't swing at balls or you'll be gone real quick. Like, wild idea. Yeah. It's a great concept. And I also thought we're going to give a lot of credit to Pat Murphy because it's deserved, right? About to be back-to-back manager of the year.
I think so, yeah.
But I also like where there was a question in the pregame availability yesterday asked about him of like, how much are you thinking about this? Where you're gonna make statements to take the attention off your players, and you're gonna make it more about you, so the players don't feel the pressure. And Murph's like, I mean, sure, I don't really think about it that way. I'm just gonna come in here and make jokes. But like, there's a huge part of the aw shucks variety. I think Jack McKeon was kind of the exact same way. Now, granted, that was when he was smoking Stokes in the clubhouse.
Stokes, yeah.
When you could literally smoke cigars in the dugout and it'd be okay. But I'm going to take attention off of the young ball club, and everyone's going to look at me. And I do think there's a tick of that, whether it's conscious or subconscious, that is benefiting the crew here in 2025?
I think there is. I think there's a lot of that. I think that's that sort of attitude of we're just gonna have fun and let everything hang out, as they say. Because Pat has been so enjoyable in these press conferences, admitting he's nervous, being vulnerable, having fun, saying, "Look, this is us. We're gonna meet everybody. Everyone introduce
saying
themselves."
The quiet part out loud.
Yeah, and
too.
I think that's fine. I think that's great.
He caught somebody from the Chicago Tribune trying to sneak in there last night.
Saw that,
buddy. You better
he's been quite enjoyable too. I mean, obviously, what's important is his performance, and this team is winning in these things. But he's been quite enjoyable as well to sort of observe and operate and witness.
414 Armin, I am surprised that you didn't make this one. He goes, the Brewers are kind of like the Goonies. I'm surprised nobody's made that comparison all year. The Goonies never say die, and the Brewers never say die.
I wasn't a big Goonies guy, though. I didn't watch
really?
it.
That feels like it would be right
you
in
would
your
think
wheelhouse.
maybe, but I didn't watch it. No, I'm not a big Goonies guy. So I don't know. That's probably why I'm sure
it is a great movie, Pipe Bomb. I mean, like, it is right up there with some of the absolute best. Tim and the Shaws, or Red Hot Tim Knott said, Wild Bill was calling his travel agent to book counsel a vacation. Or maybe a trip to Sunburn Bowl.
Maybe so.
We are live inside the Iron Jock Studios, and we are going to be providing you a potentially back-to-back winning parlay of the day at the Potawatomi Sportsbook coming up. But first, who doesn't like rewards? I give you Iron Jock's loyalty rewards program. Every time you buy Iron Jock, you'll receive points, and those points can be redeemed for free Iron Jock gear. If you're an existing customer, you already have 100 points in your account right now. For new Iron Jock customers, you'll receive 50 points for just signing up. Go to ironjock.com. Start earning rewards points today. That's ironjoc.com. We hit the Potawatomi Sportsbook for a parlay of the day on the other side after a pair of victories. A pair of win yesterday at the Potawatomi Sportsbook in the parlay of the day. We try to do another one on the other side. It's no BS on the game.
For award-winning injury lawyers, when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law. Get the beer, get the win.
Hey guys, Billy Schmidt with my friends at Milwaukee Weight Loss. It's one of the best decisions I ever made almost 2 years ago, signing up for Milwaukee Weight Loss. They've helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections with the risk of serious side effects, no bars or shakes, no prepackaged meals, and no exercising even required. Their doctor-developed program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast with real lasting results. The caring team at Milwaukee Weight Loss is there with you every step of the way to help you achieve your weight loss goals. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com today and schedule your free consultation. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, and the program helps you reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. Schedule your free consultation today by calling them at 262-433-4008. That's 262-433-4008. Or visit them online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. And when you sign up, make sure you tell them that you heard about it on the game and that Billy Schmidt sent you. Results may vary.
Save big money on everything for your next project now at Menards. Upgrade your bathroom with Lions, showers, bathtubs, and surrounds to match your style and budget. Lions is known for durability and design. They feature an ultra gloss finish that's scratch resistant and easy to clean. Check out our entire selection of Lions bathroom products today on Menards.com. Plus, view all our great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, Drew, you know what I love? Good guarantee.
Who doesn't? That's why we love Iron Jock.
Iron Jock is advanced performance gear and apparel backed by state-of-the-art science.
And it all starts and ends with Iron Jock's exclusive nano silver technology built into all of Iron Jock gear.
When you sweat, the nano silver in the super fabric reacts, releasing silver ions that instantly eliminate 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria.
For the life of the gear, it's guaranteed.
Just go to ironjock.com to buy and learn more. That's ironjoc.com.
Iron Jock, it's what's inside.
Green Bay football fans, the party starts 3.5 hours before every home game at the Resch Expo Plaza Pit Stop with iHeartMedia. Free to the public, no ticket required. Enjoy food, drinks, live bands, and special features like the Bloody Mary Bar, Cheap Shots Bar, the Tipsy Tapper Beer Trailer, sampling stations, and more. Located right across from Lambeau Field, in front of the Resch Expo. The Plaza Pit Stop is your game day party headquarters all season long.
Are you sick of living with outdated, worn-out countertops but are unsure of who to trust with the job? This is Eric from Granite Direct saying we're here to help. From humble beginnings more than 15 years ago, Granite Direct has built a reputation as the go-to place for natural stone and quartz countertops. From the moment you walk in the door, you'll start to experience the Granite Direct difference. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales team will guide you through the countless options and answer all your questions along the way. And you'll leave confident that you've made the right choice. Then peering out into our shop, you'll not only notice the state-of-the-art machinery, but expert craftsmen inspecting and putting on the finishing touches, making sure every job is just right. Then the day arrives. You look out your window to see a Granite Direct truck in your driveway. That's when one of our experienced install crews, treating your house like their own, expertly install your new tops, turning your vision into reality. Look, we're not super fancy, but we love what we do, and we're really good at it. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. Where technology meets craftsmanship, we're Granite Direct.
All right, smart, good-looking listeners, KB here. Fall in Wisconsin means more than just beautiful colors. It means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures are right around the corner. And if your house is drafty, you're going to be miserable. So it might just be time for new windows from Tilton Windows, Doors, and more. Javier and his crew have kept winter out of Milwaukee homes for years. But they're not only experts in windows, they offer the industry's most advanced solid core siding that will withstand anything Wisconsin winter throws at you. Now, you might be thinking, it's too late to get it done this year. But you know what? You'd be wrong. There's plenty of time left to get on the installation schedule. Just go to utilton.com and click the big orange button. They'll get back to you, and before you know it, you'll be snuggling into a warm and toasty house for that long winter nap. Miss Sue and I put our windows in a few years ago, and I can assure you, winters are a lot more tolerable when you don't have a breeze blowing through the house. Just 4 steps. Go to utilton.com, click the orange button, get on the schedule, stay warm this winter. Remember, that's the letter U, Tilton.com.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Still some showers this morning, but clearing out this afternoon with ample sunshine. High today near 66. Should be in the 40s under clear skies tonight for the metro areas, but upper 30s for the inland areas and some patchy frost to our northwest. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. 97.3 The Game.
No sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own like a rainbow in the dark. A rainbow in the dark.
Huge game last night. Bucks beat the Miami Heat in their preseason opener. That was what everyone was watching last night, right?
That was it, Billy. They won.
Everyone was totally watching my man Pete Nance go off for 15 last night.
Come on, Pete. Someone called and asked if we were going to be talking about it yesterday afternoon to me.
Yeah.
When I was producing for Drew and KB, I said, I just don't think that's top of mind right now for most people, but I appreciate you.
No, I don't think that's top of mind. I think if anything is top of mind on the Bucks conversation, it's story that Shams Charania put out earlier today, saying that the New York Knicks were the lone team that Giannis felt comfortable being traded to, that conversations were initiated by the Knicks. Neither side felt like they were all that real of trade discussions. And now that apparently Giannis's family is full-time living in Greece. So take that for what it's worth.
Which is, I don't know if it is worth much really at all. I don't think where his family lives is necessarily a huge deal. Most guys don't stay in the places they play forever.
No.
But yeah, Shams did say that they were talking, or engaged in talks.
But he also, once again, in October of next year, becomes the real decision day.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though today was decision day. And we're going to carry the G coming up here in about 12 minutes from right now. One thing I carry is a lot of water for one LeBron James.
You do. You love doing that. That's okay. You got to have your guys.
Apparently, I got to carry Hennessy now. Apparently, that was second decision here today, is that LeBron is partnering with Hennessy.
That was
My
it.
man makes it really tough to defend.
That was it, Billy. That was it.
Oh, my Lord.
Now, Hennessy's going to love this.
They got to love that.
Because they can make it
Who doesn't
to a
love a little
second
Hennessy?
decision. Everyone was looking at him and saying that was it.
You ever been a Hennessy drinker?
Nah, I never did, Billy.
Get you some of the Henny?
I never did. But I
We
know
were
some people
listening
love
to a lot of Fetty Wap. We had a couple
Sure.
of friends of mine. My buddy PK.
He's like, I'm gonna feel cool and drink Hennessy.
We gotta get that Remy, man. We gotta get some Remy Martin and some Hennessy. I was like, no, we don't. No, we can drink Burnett's like everyone else here. we can have our Fleischmann's vodka and feel all pretty good about it. Or if we keep hitting parlays of the day at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, then we can grab that little bit better of a bottle over off the shelf. Pipe Bomb, let's go to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Let's bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest, and let's hit a parlay of the day right now on No BS statewide on the game.
Time now for Billy's Parlay of the Day, brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest.
1, 2, 3. Easy as 1, 2, 3. That's all you got to do on a parlay of the day. You got to hit the first leg, the second leg, and the third leg, and it doesn't matter how late it happens. It might be the last hit of the ball game for the Milwaukee Brewers, like it was last night when Blake Perkins narrowly found the outfield before the glove of Seiya Suzuki, and almost a trap. A little bit of a trap deal. Doesn't matter. All we needed was a base hit from Blake Perkins to tie up our winner in the parlay of the day. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. Could have bet Joey Ortiz over 1.5 total bases. Just wanted a hit.
You could have.
Just wanted a little something.
Got 2 of them.
Pair of knocks from Joey Ortiz. Really good at bats.
Does that count as a playoff moment? Because that's what I was predicting.
Close.
I think it's sort of close. It's not a home run.
I don't know. 2 hits in a playoff game is pretty dang good.
It's pretty good.
And William Contreras over 1.5 total bases was easy as 1, 2, 3 when he puts one 440 feet almost off of X Golf yesterday for the home run for William Contreras. Wild Bill cashes us a parlay of the day plus 500 at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And now today we ride into, not a whole lot of really good stuff to be able to invest in the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Did you notice that the Cubs are now plus 600 in the series market?
I did not notice that on the series market. Are you going to emotionally hedge that one?
Nah, I'm not saying that. Not saying I would do that. I'm just saying, did you notice that?
I didn't notice it, but what I did notice is that the NHL is back tonight.
We're playing hockey.
Opening night of real hockey on television tonight, and we're excited about it, and we're taking a parlay of the day to the window, which is the money line varieties here. We're not going aggressive. We're not going crazy. We're just expecting the banner night winners of the Stanley Cup the last 2 years, the Florida Panthers, to get a win on banner night.
All right, I like that.
-270 on the money line.
I think they should pick that up. Yeah.
Frankly, should go puck line, but we're just gonna go money line. We're gonna keep it easy. We're gonna dip our toes into the hockey here because it's night one. We don't want to go crazy.
No empty netters. Okay.
How about the New York Rangers beating the Pittsburgh Penguins at home?
I like that.
-240.
2 good heavy favorites there. That's what I like.
And then we're going to go with the road dogs, technically, of the Colorado Avalanche to finish out the parlay of the day. Modest +275.
Yeah, it's a safe one.
It's a safe parlay of the day.
Safe one, yeah.
We're starting hockey with a victory. We got a win yesterday. Let's just stack some success. +275. All money lines, Florida Panthers, New York Rangers, Colorado Avalanche. Invest responsibly at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. And you better believe their game day shuttles are continuing into the championship series for the Milwaukee Brewers, as you can hop up on one of the shuttles going to and from American Family Field 2 hours before first pitch for playoff games. Those shuttles start in the annex right off of the left-hand side of the sportsbook. Same day sportsbook menu purchase or a same-day sports bet allows you and gets you access onto the shuttle, rolls you to American Family Field and back. It's the best spot to be. It's the best place to watch. And just right neck and neck with American Family Field last night, but I do think maybe in-stadium experience, just even a tick better than watching it at the Potawatomi Sportsbook last night, even though
I would say a little bit.
Split screens must have been awesome because that conclusion of Monday Night Football was A1 with the Jags getting that dub last night.
That was a crazy ending, actually, if you get it on 2 TVs like we did at the house.
Whoa, hold on, Nick. Hold on. We got to hold. You're a 2 TV guy now?
Not 2 TV. They weren't together.
To the brotherhood.
No,
Thank you, Nick. Let's go.
They're not together. We had one, our main TV, and then I had the other one in the bedroom watching the Brewers. So it wasn't like 2 TVs in the same setup.
Hold on, you got kicked to the bedroom for the playoff game?
Oh, that's where I want to be anyway. I want to be there. No, I want to be there. I want to be there in my own spot.
You don't want to be in the living room and on the main TV on the big screen and watch.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter as long as I have a space.
Watching it on his phone.
As long as I have a space, yeah, that's fine. Watching it on my phone on a walk, which I've done in the past.
Armin is totally that one dad on TikTok where they have the 70-inch TV to watch football, and he's watching it on the phone because we got, well, listen, if our house is Mickey Mouse Fun House or Clubhouse, but we
Miss
like
Rachel,
funny right now.
Miss Rachel. It doesn't
Miss
matter.
Rachel's A1.
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't matter what screen or what device you're listening to us, you can now carry the G with us coming up on the other side, because Aaron Nagler starts up at noon with Carry the G Radio coming out of the bye week, getting ready for the Cincinnati Bengals. Phenomenal job, and thanks to Andrew Ludwig for helping us out.
Thanks,
Jeff
boys.
Orlowski for producing the program as always, or here today as well. And Nick Brusewitz. Great job today. Thank you, man. Great job today, brother. Way to fly that motion W, and we'll be discussing it coming up tomorrow as well. Armin Sarian, we'll do it again tomorrow. Let's
All right,
carry
buddy.
the G on the
Let's
other
go.
side. It's been No BS statewide on the game.
It's coming. Sunburn Bowl 7. Zabe and the championship vacation team hit the road